Good Monday morning. This is the first week of Advent, and I thought for the next 4 weeks we could kind of walk through the Advent season together. And the Advent season is about us understanding that every promise in this word finds its yes and its amen in Jesus Christ. And it does that by revealing to us his birth and the miracle that was and the gift that was to our hearts, that the King of Heaven would come down and take on human form so that we could walk in the forgiveness that his death would bring and the saving grace that it would afford us. And then Advent also talks about the beautiful promise of his return, which many of us are looking forward to after the last year we've all endured. Even so, come Lord Jesus, I've heard many of my friends say lately, and it is the blessed hope that we have. And the scriptures of Advent actually start the first 2 weeks with Jesus' return. And so that's what we're just going to unfold for a minute. But each week I'm going to take you through an Old Testament verse that was a prophetic verse of what was to come. And then I'm going to take you to a New Testament verse so we can hear what actually is going to happen, or has happened in some cases if it's in regards to the birth of Jesus. But we're going to start in Isaiah 2 verses 1 through 4. And it said, "The word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. It shall come to pass in the latter days that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established as the highest of the mountains, and shall be lifted up above the hills, and all the nations shall flow to it. And many people shall come and say, Come, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, that he may teach us his ways, and that we may walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. He shall judge between the nations and shall decide disputes for many peoples. And they shall bear their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, and neither shall they learn war any more." This is just a picture of the future hope that's to come in the beauty of the return of Jesus Christ, that we're not going to remember war anymore. War is going to be gone. We're not even going to talk about war, but we're going to just go up to Jesus and say, tell us what you want us to hear today. Speak to our hearts today. And then if we go to the New Testament, if we go to Luke chapter 21, I'm going to begin with verse 25, talking again about the coming of Jesus. "And there will be signs in sun and moon and stars, and on the earth distress of nations in perplexity, because of the roaring of the sea and the waves. People fainting with fear and with foreboding, of what is coming on the world. For the powers of heaven will be shaken, and then they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And now when these things begin to take place, straighten up and raise your heads, because your redemption is drawing near." Isn't that beautiful? One day, friends, one day. And this is the hope of this Advent season, and this is the hope that the birth of Jesus Christ brought and his death bought for us, is the hope that one day we will spend eternity with him, and one day we'll look up and the sky is going to roll back like a scroll, and we are going to see the Son of Man in the clouds, and we will know that our redemption has come. Could there be any greater hope for our hearts, for this world, than the hope that Jesus will one day return? Now that's a good way to start this Advent season.